do it. I guess. I think I'm guessing Setsumi is a girl. Um, maybe I don't know if that's just the name of the chapter or is it the name of the POV we're at
I
right now.
know literally nothing. Your guess is as good as my
Cool.
own. I think it's
All right.
that
Well,
sounds
I'll
like the prologue name. Like the chapter name,
gotcha.
rather. But I
Okay, so maybe
truly
this
do not
this could
know.
be the main character who I'm guessing is a dude.
I think see, there's a sense I was getting. I'll go for now, and then if the narrator winds up being not the dude, we can always switch it up.
Okay.
In front of the outpatient reception desk on the first floor, spread on the floor, many colors of plastic tape. Red, blue, green. They lead the way to various departments. Out of those, I followed the white tape. Yeah, so this does seem first person. Walking about 30 meters on the right, the shop comes into sight. Across from that was the smoking room. On the left is the waiting room for surgical examination, and if you continue to the end, there is a small elevator. I get on that, and press the button for the highest floor. Ding. 7 stories. The 7th floor. Before my eyes was the nurses' station. Altogether, some nurses looked this way. But once they recognized me, their eyes turned back, as if they saw nothing. They returned to their work. A high ceiling, windows that only opened 15 centimeters. Here was a white, well-lit, sterile place. And I head towards the lounge at the end of the hall on the left. A large television, a long couch, decorating the windowsills with a number of flowers. Fitting the summer, the mini sunflowers in vases, and the first word I don't know. Gerbera daisies? Gerbera daisies.
Yeah.
In flower pots were blooming colorfully. Those were all familiar things. How many years has it been since I've come here? What's different from then are my clothes, changing from sailor uniforms to pajamas. Okay, do boys wear sailor uniforms also? I always attribute sailor uniforms with girls, but I don't know if that's not very forward-thinking of me.
I did the same thing, so we're both canceled. I Sure. I think sailor uniforms are probably for guys too, because I've seen sailor uniforms for guys, but I might be thinking of just Momiji. I'm pretty sure he wore like the girls' sailor uniforms.
For men. Sailor uniforms for men. Yeah, see, sailor uniforms for men bring up like actual sailors, like military. And I'm assuming if I search military sailor uniforms for women, it's gonna show anime girls. So
Probably.
Oh, nope. I guess not. It's also military, so I'd have to specify it. Okay, we'll just go with it. Besides that, the bracelet on my hand, from blue to white, it's just about the only other change. You? Oh. That's a middle-aged lady I don't know, so you can take that. Turning back towards the voice that called, there was a middle-aged lady I don't know. Her pajamas and bracelet color say she is a resident of this place.
To give her like a really old voice, but she's only middle aged.
I mean, that's basically ancient.
No. Are you visiting someone or a patient from another floor?
That's not it. While shaking my head, I show my own bracelets.
I see.
The lady replied uncomfortably. I felt nuance behind those words. And so young, what a shame. I feel like that's her implying that. Or him, her/him. Of course, I've had similar experiences so often it was tiring. I haven't lived almost 10 years like this for nothing. It was just, I never thought to have a fellow resident of the 7th floor also turn eyes of pity towards me.
By the way, which time are you on?
What's this?
For here, coming to the 7th floor.
For an instant, I had no idea what she was asking. But before I could ask a new question,
It looks like this is your first.
with that, she just up and acted like she understood the situation.
Well then, I'll teach you too. So listen well, okay? First, in this place called the 7th floor.
Even though I hadn't replied, the lady just continued speaking. There is no fourth time. The third time you're admitted is the last, so prepare yourself. When you want to run away, head not to Station A, but to Station B. Don't eat anything. It places the least burden upon your family. She spoke about such things, and I was made to hear other things that would give one pause. Most likely it was something only the residents of this 7th floor, only those who were headed towards death, continued passing on.
So, you understand?
Once the lady finished her broad explanation, somehow I thought her complexion looked better.
Yeah, to tell someone young like you, it's upsetting. But this is also a rule, so don't be angry, okay?
With that, the lady left the lounge. Her parting words were, "You tell new people too, okay?" Oh god, this guy does. Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. Oh, thank god. I ended. A summer sky, seen from windows that can't open more than 15 centimeters. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. Many years since I've come to the 7th floor. The first that I've come as a resident of this place. And the rules I had been taught. In practice, they were probably passed down only among through those who resided here. Yeah, so it looks like this was the main character, who is female. Do you want to take over that?
I wasn't sure if this was. If it's saying a number of them I'd already known, but I wasn't. Maybe this is like a flashback to the person that he knew. Like I wasn't sure if that was the main character or.
If we're gonna get speaking.
Is that what she looks like?
Let me see. Let me open up the Steam page real quick. I thought it had sort of the traditional, like, speaking dialogue boxes and such, you know, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe we should have. Maybe let us know, like, use the voices so that we could tell if this was him or her.
Let me double check real quick. I thought on, like, a little store pages and such it had that, but. Shoot, maybe not. I don't have a lot of images. Yeah, well, we'll see if we can keep going through context. But a number of them I'd already known. Maybe it was since that day, the fact that I would face a day like today.
This is her.
Might have had a premonition of this. Okay, so that was maybe Setsuna. And now this is another character, Himiko?
Yeah. See, that's also, I think. You know what? Let me just real quickly. I don't think I'll get a spoiler if I just check the cast list. Pooch, stop scratching at the door. Go away.
Might be all females. Got Setsumi. Whoops, not Setsuna. Setsumi, Himiko, Chihiro, Yuka, and others.
Okay, Himiko Shinohara is the protagonist of the second side prequel. Okay. So, I'm going to guess female. Because Himiko, I think, is a female name. Cool.
Alright, you want to take this one?
Sound of bells. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The rolling sound of bells. Since before I can remember, I existed with that sound. Thank you, translation note.
Oh, Nei-chan.
It's not our first time around here.
Essentially a big sister. We can also use non-family members. Acting like we're not weebs. Nei-chan.
Chihiro, getting out of breath like that.
Well, look, if we don't hurry... Wait. Probably you?
Yeah. Wait, you're dressed like that again.
Is something wrong?
You're all greasy and black.
What's wrong with that? Your work overalls, of course they'd be dirty.
I just washed those yesterday. I'm starting to think maybe this is reversed. I don't know. This is gonna be.
Well, I mean, because I would think that the Onei-chan would be the one talking about. And then she said Chihiro,
right.
so I feel like she's talking down. Not talking down, but she's the older sibling, it seems like. Talking down to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is difficult without voices, but also names attributed to them.
Yeah, this is hard without the pictures attributed to the like the pictures of the characters.
Let me see, because the Steam page didn't show Jack. Visual novel. Is it no CG? I mean, they obviously had some character images with that, but is it all just backgrounds? It looks like it might be all backgrounds with occasional CGs thrown in. Oh no. Maybe there is some.
Well,
mixed signals here on random Google images.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry about that. Oh god, it's all women!
Wait. My little sister gave the usual grease stains a sulking look as she complained. Okay, so the little sister's the one doing the washing. That's why I was like, you never know. There's the whole, like, big sister who doesn't take care of herself, and the little sister who tries to... But the siscon... Got it.
It's true, yeah, okay. So doting little sister, the reverse trope, okay.
It was a scene of a casual, everyday exchange before the door on a Sunday.
I assume that's me as little sister. Never mind that, Mass. If we don't hurry, we'll be late.
Oh, it's that time already.
Come, hurry and change. Let's go to the church, okay?
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
Again? It's no good, Onei-chan. You really have to be going regularly. At least you should go on Sundays. It's the holy day of the week.
Oh, silly Chihiro. It's exactly because it's a precious Sunday that you skip out. The Sabbath.
Again with that weak argument. That's not what the day of rest was supposed to mean.
Now, even God would overlook it on a day with such beautiful weather. Itenko. Or Itenki. Done it.
The weather's got nothing to do with it. And either way, you're just going to toy with your car today.
So, give my regards to Mom and the others.
Hey, Onei-chan. Okay.
A loud shattering rises in the garage next to the house as I strongly raise the shutters. All right, shall we get started today? Perhaps because it was closed off, the garage was stiflingly hot. Immediately, I turned towards my beloved copy of Vagrants, purchased just a month earlier.
Is music a bit loud for you? Or is that just me?
I'm good. But by all means, turn it down if you need to. And we'll be letting Pooch in because apparently will not be satisfied until he finds his throat horse. You're just gonna bark to leave when Mom gets here, so I don't understand.
Think, Pooch, think. Why would I let you in my room if you're just gonna bark 10 minutes later to get out?
I know. leave if he wants to leave. You little shit. Only being nice because I know you haven't seen me in a few days, so. Ugh. Now you're just gonna lay on my clothes. Oof. It sounded good to call it a restoration, but really, it was work to simply get it to run properly. First, instead of calling the chassis retro.
It's chassis.
Chassis, nope. Never mind.
That's what I do now.
Chassis. I am not a car person. First, instead of calling the chassis retro, the word scrap would fit better. Such was the age and condition of the car.
I can appreciate a mechanic waifu.
Oh yeah, you don't get too many of those, other than Minri. However, thanks to that, I've lately been spending the weekends inside the garage. I take it back. There's, Mei Hatsume. So.
Both top tier girls.
She's alright.
Like
No, she's pretty great. No, I was talking about Hatsume.
Wow. She's fine.
Hatsume, she's alright. She's fun. I can respect the hustle.
Yeah, I'd say she's dedicated, she's focused. She's a woman of commitment. I don't know, is this commitment, focus, and will or something? I can't remember the quote now, but I'm trying to do it, of course.
I don't know what the quote
it's the John Wick quote, you know. John Wick is a man of commitment, focus, and sheer fucking will.
Yes, he's a man of focus. Someone not.
Himiko, you around?
Here. What's up coming all the way here?
Yeah, well, I happened to come nearby, so I stopped over along the way. Hey, what's with you? You're all black.
Because since yesterday I was changing the oil pan.
Oil pan.
Yeah, that was another big mess. But then there aren't that many amateurs who can get this far.
I don't know anything about bread or supper or whatever. You're speaking languages I don't understand.
Look here, this is homemade hoist. Isn't it great? For figures without a winch, it's really hard. Yuka sighed.
Also probably a girl. I should probably just, anytime I voice, I should just try and default to some sort of female voice. But, you know, Himiko, it's fine to love cars and all, but a young girl to get all black and be in the garage regularly, what do you think about that?
I mean, my gut's telling me it's fine, but like, you making me question it. You think it's strange? Is that that's what I'm getting?
I don't have to think. It's strange.
Oh, well, that's fine, right? You know, for me, instead of frilly clothes like yours, Yuka, I like what I have here.
Yeah, okay, definitely cool. Yeah, you've been like this for ages. That's true.
There's no way a boy would be wearing frilly clothes and then have
Not
the
in
audacity
this time
to tell her
period.
she's...
Listen, this is an old
Yeah.
game. There ain't no Lucas here.
No, there's Yuka's. Only Yuka's. She replied in a weary voice.
There,
Her name was
confirmation.
Yuka. Yep. She also lived nearby from long ago, and we often spent time together. However, our interests and personalities were polar opposites. And yet, we got along for some reason. It could have been exactly because our interests and personalities were different, but we got along. there was someone that could be called a best friend. For me, you would have been it.
Still, Himiko, you're quite the eccentric, aren't you? Using your first paycheck on such a beat-up car?
Hey, it's not a beat up car. Call it a Unos. Sure, that might be another phrase that I don't know, or something she just made up.
It's a Japanese automaker, it seems like. So it's local
Gotcha.
reference of some sort. Excuse me.
Gotcha. And even though it's old, this model's quite popular, you know?
Really now?
And because of this, all the way until winter bonus time, it's blown hell.
How about you hurry up and fix it and take me for a drive?
Yeah, I think by next week you'd run.
Great. It's decided then. Even next week. Wait. Sundays don't work for you, right?
No real problem.
But don't you have church?
Totally anyways. She was a filthy heathen. From the start, I was a fake Catholic anyways.
Filthy heathen. Is it okay to say that? Aren't you gonna be smited?
Smoked? I don't know. Yeah, it was just a coincidence that my house was next to a church after all.
Very odd little broken up chapters here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed the chapter title. Which one was this one?
Little sister Himiko 03, little sister. Still says prologue.
Okay. I'm home. But I'm...
Still there?
Yeah, I said the line.
Okay. Didn't hear ya. I'm assuming this is little sister. Until said otherwise. Welcome home, Chihiro. Or no? Wait, no.
No,
Chihiro
was the
Chihiro's
little sister. So, is Chihiro the one that just came home?
Maybe. Is she also narrating then?
Oh,
is
maybe.
Mom there or something?
Oh, well, go home. You've been out quite late, Chihiro. You seem a bit down. Did you come back from the 7th floor?
Who was the third time for someone I was in charge of?
Chihiro's
A nurse or some kind, maybe?
So how old is
God,
Minako?
This is difficult without the fucking sprites. Yeah, I figured little sister was like, fucking... I guess that would make some more sense too as to why she's doing like the doting on the big sister thing. But yeah, I figured she was like, primary elementary schooler or something.
Mm-hmm. I see. Then it must have been hard in many ways.
7th floor. That is the hospital's hospice. Hospice, generally known as the palliative care ward? Palliative care ward. Essentially, not a typical ward, but one for patients on their final treatment options. A ward with mental care as a primary focus. For us as Catholics, volunteering as helpers had been very natural. Palliative. Oh, there it was. Palliative care.
So this, I think, is still Himiko.
Oh, even after... Oh, every day after college, my sister would head straight to
Every day, sister would head straight to the hospital. And I could see myself up to a few years ago. Here, I made you some coffee.
Okay, wait. Chihiro's speaking, but you think that Himiko's still the narrator.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, I think Kimiko's still the narrator because she just got home, is what they're saying, I think, from the hospital.
Okay. Store open closed. Welcome home. You've been out quite late, Chihiro, which was the little sister. So they're saying.
Yeah, that would make sense. Himiko's saying the door open and closed because she just got home.
So Himiko said that to Chihiro.
Yeah, it would say it would make sense that Himiko was saying the door.
Okay, I see. Yeah, okay, I think you're right. Well, that's hospital, ward, especially not typical ward. Catholics, my sister would head every day after college. My sister would head straight to the hospital. Himiko speaking about you. Okay, Hiro and her, I could see myself up to a few years ago, and then.
So Himiko's older by not a lot, but just saying that she's older than we thought because Chihiro's in college.
Yeah, she's probably in her 20s, mid-20s maybe.
Yeah.
And then she was volunteering, I guess. It sounds like maybe she was volunteering up until a few years
ago.
And then she made Chihiro coffee. She said, thank you.
Or that could be a few different things that she was saying. I see myself and her from up to a few years ago. That could be not just the volunteering. That could be something else.
Yeah. Looks like we might
like the believing in God or the going to church. I think whatever.
Say, Natron, you're not going to do it anymore?
You mean be a helper?
So she did used to do that at the very least. But yeah, there could be more to what she said. Right now, hospitals everywhere are short-handed and it's been difficult for them.
I see. But I'm done with it. And like you, I only went because I wanted university credits.
Saying that again.
I mean, it's not like it's a lie. Anyways, I'm more worried about you.
Me?
Yes, about how it's not a place that's suitable for someone like you.
Watashi?
My sister fell silent at those words. However, those were also my true feelings. I thought she was just trying to, be ironic because she just heard like how it's, not the garage, no place for whatever. She's just projecting. I don't know. In a way, I knew from my own experiences how useless superficial resolve was. At the least, for a kind, good girl like Chihiro, that it would be painful to be a helper. So, how was it? What's it like now?
Yeah. It was the first time I'd been to the 7th floor, so I'm still not used to it. And also, the person I'm in charge of is on their 3rd time after all. It doesn't seem far off.
Indeed, no matter how many times they're discharged and then returned, it shouldn't be a 4th time. That wasn't something that the hospital publicly said. Even without saying, if you weren't involved in the case, you learned whether you liked it or not.
Say, Nature? Probably still hurt. God, what exactly is he doing, I wonder?
He's really busy.
Himiko is getting all the prologues.
Guess so.
Roadster. Okay, so Chihiro works at the hospital. Or the hospice, rather, where we met the first girl who was Satsumi. Doesn't sound like Chihiro was assigned to her, because that was Satsumi's first time up there. But she might have been that. Right? Because Satsumi was saying it was her first time up there, but the girl that talked to Satsumi said that she was like an older, like a veteran or whatever, talking to the new girl. So maybe Chihiro was speaking. God, it'd be great to have some names and pictures associated with this.
I was under the impression that the Setsumi hadn't really confirmed whether or not it was her first time. Maybe she had, I just don't remember. But when the middle-aged woman was like coming up to her and was like saying like first
She never explicitly
time?
said it, huh? She just kind of guessed.
Yeah, she just kind of went on and started talking, and the character was like, "Wow, you didn't even let me explain or ask any questions. Like,
Yeah, that's a
you
good
started
point.
talking to me." And they did know exactly where to go. And when the people looked at them and then looked away, like the nurses and stuff at their arrival, looked at them and looked away, like it felt like a, like you're here again sort of deal. But I could be wrong.
No,
They could just be used to people arriving.
Yeah, I think it's a good point though. So maybe they are kind of overlapping.
A few days later, with the main repairs on the Unos finished, we went out for a drive. Sure, Amy. It really does run great. Oh, or maybe that's you.
Hey, Himiko, don't go so fast.
No, it was me. This is totally safe driving.
That might be true for you. For a driver just on paper like me, this driving makes my heart jump.
Roadsters are the best.
This isn't Tokyo
Whatever
Drift,
those are.
or Initial D, or any of those other popular references. Hey, listen to people when they're talking.
Like Fast and Furious?
And hey, what's with this car?
What's wrong?
Why isn't there a roof? What if it like rains and stuff?
That's what it is.
Bought a
I think
car?
the Americans call it a converti border. Converter border.
No, not how it is. The wind messes up your hair, doesn't it?
Silly girl, to not understand the joys of an open top. One does not simply, leave the top down. Or up, down.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know what you're talking about. Such joys a young girl
Yeah.
does not need. I spent an hour making it up to my beautiful hair.
Still high in the Unos ran under the refreshing cool of a sky before the rainy season. Soon after leaving a long mountain road, the deep blue sea spread wide. The sea route continued endlessly, and nearby came the crashing of waves and seagull calls.
That's great.
Yeah. Even the phoenix palms planted by the beach houses, each and every one was tall. It felt like visiting southern lanes. So why don't we take a little break?
Sure.
Here, canned coffee.
Thanks.
He popped her cans open. Yuka gulped hers down and sighed in satisfaction. As if she'd just gotten out of the bath. Yuka had her hand on her hip and gulped down the canned coffee in one go. She was always decked out in frills, but what shows through occasionally was Yuka's true personality. And then, while holding her cans of coffee, we walked out to the beach before us. This is a beautiful place, isn't it?
This all there feels good. There's no one around, so I can refer to myself as your boy, my true personality. It's amazing that you knew of this place.
Yeah. Your boy. Though I have no clue where this is.
Come again?
No, exactly as the words mean. Your girl's lost.
Wait a second. have no clue where we are.
Let's say I was driving around wherever felt right, and we came here by chance. So it's a miracle, really, that we found such a beautiful spot.
Do you mean all this time you've just been driving wherever the wind took you?
Well, yeah.
This. I'm worried about whether we'll be able to get back. The fact that I went along with this driving for a whole day, I don't believe myself. You can tell, translation, a bit primitive, for lack of a better word. Some of it's kind of awkward, but
Yeah. Now we'll manage. Probably.
very Kiara and Callie vibes here.
Yeah. And then we spread out some newspaper on the beach and started to eat the lunch we bought at a convenience store along the way. To be honest, bringing our own lunches would have fit better. But both of our best dishes, hard-boiled eggs, can be called extravagant. At the least, we should have brought a heat.
Yeah, saying newspapers on the beach seems kind of ghetto.
Yeah.
But you know, Himiko,
What? Dade?
if you don't have a navigation system, at least get yourself a map.
You know, I like this carefree feel too.
Then at least stop with that look.
Yeah. But why? I like work overalls.
No, because sitting next to you makes me feel embarrassed.
What? You're just mad I look better. It's also functional, you know.
Instead of function, put form first.
While we chatted, the two of us continued to eat our lunches. Pine swayed in the salt breeze, and the large pink palms stood tall. Occasionally, seagulls came near. Though it was such an utterly perfect place, how should I say, the image of the newspaper maps, Yuka's frilly clothing, my work overalls, was all so out of place it was laughable. We pretty ghetto. Also cut. Ah, chef.
It's just like, hell yeah, you ghetto. Look at you.
Say, well, let's come again next week.
No.
Wow, instantly rejected.
Well, isn't it
Oh.
sad?
Oh, that's...
I think this is Yuka. Isn't it sad that each and every week it's only two girls going out together for drives?
I mean, no. Also, this is a car for two people, after all.
That's not the problem, is it?
Now, let's just say we're partners in loneliness. Hey, it's been 30 years that we're not dating anyone.
No, that's the forbidden love. You know we can't. It hurts to admit this, but I have no counter. Fine, I guess it's been 30 years. We can legally get married. Let's do it.
Yeah. Around when the sun that had been so high was hazing over and everything that could be seen was dyed orange. Once again, the Unos drove on. We had played at the beach, and now took up a quick route home. Today had been a fun day. A linking lamp had grabbed the wheel, and then drove us into a ditch.
What was I just say? Is this incoming car crash?
Yep.
But lately, you haven't been going, right? Church?
Yeah?
Did you hear what
Talk about that now?
Don't you hear what Jen is grumbling about it, you know? Lately, our Natron just won't come, she said. Hey, once in a while, why don't you show your face?
And didn't I say before that from the start I was a fake Catholic? That's why it's fun. So it's decided that next week we're going for a drive again, right? And this time, why don't we bring lunches? And let's shoot for getting farther than today. Yuka sighed.
Fine, I get it. There's just no helping you, so I'll come along.
Thank you, just like a best friend. And 1 week later, the church was filling with people headed to Sunday school. It was around the time set last week when the roadster was supposed to head towards the sea. Is roadster like an official term for
It's
a
like a
thing, a
type of
car?
car, yeah.
Gotcha. My figure was found atop a hospital bed. Oh.
Here, John, the apple's peeled.
Thank you. You eat too. You like them, don't you?
Yeah.
A brief knock and the door opened.
So heavy. Here we go. Look, I bought them for you. Sorry, but the shop downstairs didn't sell those magazines. You know the ones.
Oh, darn. Well, fine, but
Is it?
I
Yeah, that might
guess.
still be. I don't really mind, but next time, could you make them lighter books? And stop with the books stop with the books for obsessed maniacs, okay? Taking them to the register was embarrassing.
I think Motorcyclist and American Car Magazine and Ultra Yaoi Book 69 are perfectly normal magazines.
My God, I can't believe you
I
just
don't.
said that with your sister in the room. And they are
Well,
normal to
listen.
me. Not all of us are those dirty Fujoshis, okay? Now, the two of you. This is a shared room, so don't be so rowdy.
That's right. Sorry. Two people who came to visit me. Nothing need to be said about Chihiro. Even looking like this, Yuka had been the first to rush over. Even before, when I'd be in bed with a cold, and all the while, she'd be at my side taking care of me. She wasn't the most true to herself, but really was very kind. That was my best friend. That friend was hungrily eating.
It's delicious, isn't it? This melon.
Hey, you're the one that's visiting. Don't gobble it all up.
Why not? There's plenty.
But I'm in hospital bed.
Yeah, I suddenly heard that you were admitted into the hospital bed. I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised too, Onee-chan. And yet, when I rushed over to see...
I was so lively. What a disappointment, I know.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying that.
But everyone was making that kind of face. Like, just, oh man, I wish it was something more serious. Speaking of Chihiro-chan, what about everyone else? Oh, is that maybe not her?
I think it was probably Himiko. Oh. Yeah, lots of people from the company came. They left just before.
By the way, the only person to come empty-handed was you.
Quiet, you.
Yeah.
I bought those weird books for you, didn't I?
That was an errand that I most definitely gave you the money for. Can't really call that a visiting gift, right?
Always with the little details.
it really is a happy thing. To have even people that you see every day come like this to visit.
Oh. And Himiko, they bring you melons too.
Maybe once in a while, being sick isn't so bad. But then the twist is going to be that she wasn't just once in a while. She real big
Famous
sick.
last words.
Yep. Also, I know it would take the fun out of it if we had to put the voices on. But at this point, we might need to. I don't want it to get like, if it just continues down this, like, without any dialogue tags and just playing it,
Yeah,
like,
it does
it's going
seem
to
like it's
probably be
going
harder
that
to
way.
get the story.
I might have to reload it from the start here. Because these are all turned on, but I don't think I have the chance to. Let me see. What if I do a save real quick? Okay. There we go. Because the configuration doesn't let me. Title? Start. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to start it over, I think. Do voiced. Oh, okay. And then I can maybe skip ahead. Prologue 1, Himiko. That's.
It doesn't have any English voices, does it? Nope. Well, Japanese practice, Gabe.
Let me see here. Okay. Can I do this? Skip? There we go.
ただいま。私。
Okay, I think I have Chihiro's voice down pretty well.
って聞きなさいよ、人の話を。
And we can do. Can I turn it down a bit? Okay.
それとさ、何よこの車。
Okay. We've gone through this. So that's Yuka.
どうしたの？
That's Yuka.
なんで屋根がないのよ。いや、だってそういうもんなんだもん。
Okay. And so we just these two. Hospital.
それから1週間後。
Okay, let's see that here. Okay.
教会には日曜先週の予定で私の姿。はい、お姉ちゃん、ありがとう。お、姫子、ほら。悪かったわね。別に構わないけどさ。それと、あんまり別に、もう、ここは相部屋だから。
Well, at least I was kind of close with Chihiro's voice. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
ちょっと。でもさ、なのに、ピンピンし。ほらそういえば、ちなみに、うるさいわね。あれは、でもね、毎日会ってメロンも。
Okay.
それから数ヶ月。気の早いセミが鳴く頃。春には毎日のように来ていたお見舞いの人がほとんど姿を見せなくなった頃。
Okay, do we want to maybe have me turn them down a little bit more and we also read over them and just use it to get a sense of who's speaking, or want to just click through and listen? I'm not sure what the best way to go about this would be.
I'm down to click through and listen and just make commentary as we go, because I'm getting that feeling like so far there doesn't seem to be like any chance to have any like real diverse voices either way. Like they're all basically kind of similar. Yeah, it's all kind of similar caricatures. Like this isn't like Danganronpa where like we get to be like real extra with the voices.
Yeah, very much
it's
so.
really cute.
Very different from Danganronpa and Phoenix Wright for sure. Okay. It's fine.
Oh, 1 second. Yes?
No butter.
Yes. It even came on the radio while we were on. It's it took me listening to it a couple times to actually like it.
I love it. And it's the music
I'm
video
gonna
is
get
so
some water
like
real quick. I'll
it's
be right
just
back.
simple, but like it has like they were talking in a video interview. It's so simple, but it's so pizzazzy. Oh, this really unique. I loved it.
It's not like I didn't immediately love it. I immediately liked it. I didn't like because I think it was different because Dynamite was such a bop that I was like immediately just like like but like and Butter was just like Butter was exactly what they did in the music video. Just
So pizzazzy. It just
they jazzed it up. It just didn't. It was just it took a while because it starts out just like. Dun, 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 dun. But Jungkook and Dynamite, I know that the music video was definitely good. Like there's no doubt that I like the music video. Hear me out. Oh yeah, hear me out. Yes,
Right.
Butter definitely took her life. Is getting at.
Alright. Okay. What was the context here? We were being sick as Japan. A few months from then, the time came when securities were calling.
相変わらず私は病院のベッドの上にいた。
Came almost day, but now. So at first she was getting visitors every day. Now they rarely come, and she's still in the hospital.
今日も暑いな。お姉ちゃん、もう食べ終わった？そろそろトレイを返す時間なんだけど。私こういうの苦手なのよね。あ、またブロッコリー残してるし。千尋、それより売店でアイス買ってきてよ。ダメだよ。決められたもの以外は控えなさいって言われてるんだから。まあまあ、固いこと言わないでよ。だ
I'm ready to
ね。
die.
それでなくても、この前先生に注意されたところなのに。
Now that I'm hearing the voice, her voice is kind of like an older, like Ada voice.
Chihiro's?
No, Himiko's.
Oh, okay.
Like she seems like a big sister. Like she's reminding me of oh god, I'm not remembering her name, but because I keep getting it confused. But basically, older butterfly sister in Demon Slayer.
Older, but
Eldest butterfly sister. It's like,
Yeah.
that's fine because she's cute. Like,
right, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't have the names. I'm drawing a blank on it also. But
I want to say
Mm.
Kancho, but like I think Kanao is the youngest. So
いいことお姉ちゃん。また勝手に売店で買ってきちゃダメだからね。わかってるって。それじゃあ私そろそろ行くね。あ、もしかしてえ？あ、7階。そっか。あなたも無理しないようにね。
Die as a floor counter.
what?
I'm learning Japanese. I didn't know what the counter for floors were. I was actually thinking about the other day. I think I heard die you use for like different things, but you use die like nana die because nana means 7 and die is the floor counter. The Japanese has a bunch of different counters for different things, whether you're talking about round things or flat things or episode numbers or floor numbers. Like it's hard to keep them all straight. So I did not remember.
I learned something
very, very, very nerdy thing to be taking away from this.
お姉ちゃんもね。あんなに長かった夏が終わりを告げ、夕空に日暮らしの声が響く頃、今も
My gosh,
私はここにい
Higurashi.
た。
So cicadas. So
今日も彼女
you know that anime, right? Is
こ
it
の場所に来てい
Higurashi
た。
or Higurashi
Yeah, the horror
is
one.
the anime? Yeah, which I've never seen and actually don't even. I've somehow managed to avoid spoilers. So Higurashi is it's named cicadas when they cry.
Yeah, it seems to be
So-
the case.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Makes sense. Mournful.
Oh, I thought it was just because they wanted to bang. Also, it's interesting that the. Oh, yeah. It's very interesting that they're choosing to not translate some words.
入るわよ。よっ、元気そうね。おかげさまでね。よいしょっと。あら、お見舞いの品は？はあ？相変わらず手ぶらのようだけど。なーに言ってるの、当然じゃない。むしろ毎日来てる私を褒めてほしいわ。えらいえらい、なーでなーで。もうやめなさい。じゃあね、メロン持ってきてくれたら解禁賞あげるわ。いらないわよ、そんなの。
No voiceover for this.
I thought that they had it for some of the narration earlier.
Me too. The scene itself by now was becoming a familiar one.
はあ、せっかくの日曜なのにな。悪いわね、ゆか。え？この夏を無駄にさせちゃってさ。別にいいわよ。もともと予定があったわけでもないし、いつもついでできてるだけなんだし。
Oh, she's a soon.
その、
Very Callie.
もう、さっさと元気になりなさいよ。またドライブでも何でも付き合ってあげるから。だからそれ以上彼女の声は私の耳に届かなかった。
Why is that one red and the other ones weren't?
暮れる空に響く日暮らしに消されて聞こえなかった。ここに来て早3ヶ月。突然のことに自分自身まだ現実ってのが実感できなかった。
It took you here?
That's odd.
気づけば
Still a prologue though.
木々の色が赤く染まり、病院での生活もすっかり慣れた頃、私を訪ねてくる人は完全に途絶えても、今も私はここにいた。今日もあの二人はこの場所に来ていた。はい、お姉ちゃん、今日はプリン付きだよ。そう。でも今は欲しくない。千尋、あんた食べなさいよ。プリン好きでしょ？ダメ。 これはお姉ちゃんの食事なんだから自分でちゃんと食べないと。じゃあこれ食べたら売店で肉まん買ってきてくれる？もう変な交換条件出さないでよ。よっ、元気そうね。あ、ゆかさん。何？今日もまた好き嫌いでダダこねてるの？
I'm curious about what exactly she has, because usually if they have, like most things I can think of, if they have a good appetite, that's a good sign, and you kind of want to indulge her if she like has the ability and desire to eat meat, rather than only eating something that's easy like pudding. It's kind of odd. Then again, I'm also not a doctor, so.
I've heard about, cases where like it's great if you do have the appetite for other things, but it's about what you can actually process. So what your body will, allow you to actually. So it's probably one of those cases.
I forgot that you are a doctor. Very good.
No,
お姉ちゃんたらしょうがないの
I've
よ。
seen enough medical shit.
こら。
Crap.
千尋ちゃん困らせるんじゃないわよ。
Probably like a flick or a slap.
たく、あんただけはしょうがないわね。トレーの角で叩かなくても。ほら、さっさと食べる食べる。
Don't get impatient.
無理やり口の中に入れちゃうわよ。わかったって。さっきの冗談で言っただけなんだから。まだなんか言ってるのはこの口かって。あ、こらやめなさいって。じゃあお姉ちゃん、私そろそろ時間だから。うん。先生たちにもよろしくね。千尋ちゃん、まだ続けてるんだ。ええ。今7階担当だから大変だと思うわ。そっか。確かそこってホスピスだったよね。
Okay, so the entire thing isn't a hospice, it's a hospital, and then 7th floor is the hospice. Gotcha.
Yeah. I nodded a bit at those words. And then I finally brought up what had been in the corner of my heart for a while now. Because she was who she was, I wanted to tell her first.
ねえゆか、もしもだけどね、いつか私も7階に入ったとしたら。
Don't go jinxing yourself.
ちょっと何縁起でもないこと言ってんのよ。
The irony being that the 7 is it's considered a lucky number.
Is that the case in Japan though? Is it still a lucky number there? Is it 4 that's unlucky?
I couldn't tell you about 4, but I know that even in like Korea, like 7's considered like they at least, I don't know if they specifically consider it a lucky number or if it's just that they recognize the proverb of 7 being a lucky number, because that was what BTS did with their album, naming it 7, considering it's their 7 members, it's a lucky number, that sort of thing.
もし私が7階に行った時はもうお見舞いには来ないでね。
Yeah, I had a feeling that's where she was going with that.
Those words, Yuka hung her head. I didn't want to see her sad face either. But if it really came to be that I were to go to the 7th floor, it would only make her more and more sad. See Yuka that way was the only thing I didn't think I could bear.
言ってるのよ。むしろ毎日でも言ってやるわ。解禁賞ものよ。もちろん手ぶらでお見舞いなんて絶対に持っていかないんだから。だからそんなこと言わないでよ。ゆか。
In that small room, her sobs hung in the air. All the years we've been together, however much we've chattered all night, we never had run out of things to talk about. But for the girl crying right now, I can find no words.
Fukukazeが心地よいから冷たいへと変わる頃、いつものようにここへとやってくる二人。でもある日を境に少し変わった。ごちそうさま。あ、ちゃんとブロッコリーも食べたんだね。本当は嫌いなんだけど。ねえ、他に何か欲しいものない？売店のアイスが欲しいわね。ついでに肉まんも欲しかったりして。わかった、すぐ買ってくる。
That's probably not a good sign.
冗談のつもりだったの。ダッシュで買ってきたよ。ほら、まだ温かいから美味しいよ。アイスは冷蔵庫に名前書いて入れておいたから。そう、ありがとう。他にも欲しいものあったら言ってね。それで
And
早
the
く元気
doctors
に
are
なっ
like,
て。
it's okay to be getting those last meals in.
Yeah, I know.
また一緒に教会行こうね。
Yeah, that's some red flags for sure raised there.
Mm-hmm.
千尋、あなた口調がヘルパーになってるわよ。
That's rough.
どうやら
Yeah.
そういうことのようね。別にそんな隠さなくていいわ。私だって伊達にやってなかったんだから。お姉ちゃん、さすがに半年以上入院してたからそろそろかなって思ってたしね。驚き、悲しみ、怒り、やるせない、寂しい。もしこの時の感情を一言で表すなら、よくわからないが最も近いだろう。人は受け入れがたい現実に出会った時、自分自身のことですら客観視できるのかもしれない。冬の冷たい風が吹き、テレビにクリスマスソングが流れ出す頃、こんな時にもずっとそばにいてくれる二人。まだ私自身告知されていないけど、7階へと行く日はそう遠くないのだろう。メリークリスマス。はいはい、メリークリスマス。ほ らお姉ちゃん、ケーキ買ってきたよ。あら、美味しそうね。って何いきなり食べてるのよ。
Oh, I didn't say it was for you.
もういいじゃないよ。いっぱいあるんだから。こら、当然のようにイチゴ取るんじゃないわよ。
If you're trying to take the
ちょっと
strawberries,
ゆ
it's
かさ
on.
ん、ちゃんと皿に分けるから。はーい。美味しかったね。そうね。ほとんどゆかが一人で食べ尽くしたけど。何よ。今日みたいな日にまで来たんだから、これくらいいいでしょ？ほんとなら、今頃は素敵なイブを満喫してる頃なのに。嘘ばっかり。どうせ相手なんていないくせに。悔しいけど、反論できないわ。
Is that an actual, like, saying? I've never heard that
あと、
before.
お姉ちゃん、これ。
I've probably heard similar things. But I've seen anime characters get like, oh, I can't even say anything back because it's true. It hurts because it's true. Also, Yuka's reminding me of Kasukasu.
You mean from Nijigasaki?
Yeah.
Really? I don't be getting quite those vibes, but I guess in a sense.
She's all into the
yeah,
cute
she's
things
like, you need to be
and kind
cuter,
of
yeah. I can see it.
And then she's like, "Oh, I want to. It hurts 2 minutes when I have to count it."
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you would say.
I could definitely see you saying that.
あんまりうまくないかもしれないけど。ありがとうね、千尋。ほんと、姫子にはもったいない、よくできた妹よね。うるさいわね。相変わらず手ぶらのあんたが何言ってるのよ。まあまあ、二人とも。
Oh, thank God! I thought they were gonna hit us with the. Actually, I did get you something, and then we'd have to get emotional then. Everyday exchange. My kind sister, his friend with a mouth, silly things. I'm sure of the many typical days that had passed over the years. What was different is that today is Christmas, and this is the hospital's 5th floor. And soon I will be headed to the 7th.
じゃあさ、千尋、ついでにもう一つ欲しいものがあるんだけど、いいかな？何？ユーナス、持ってきて。車庫にあると思うから。でもお姉ちゃん、悪いわね。どうしても乗りたいのよ。
カラカラカラ。
Opening the curtains and gazing out at the city at night from the 5th floor window. In a clear winter sky, even the large face of the moon shone. And soon, this view, I'll probably see it from a higher place. I'll probably be gazing from a window that can only open with something. 15 centimeters probably is what it said, yeah.
I wonder if that's significant in some way. Like, is that to stop people from jumping out? You think? Or is
That's what my guess was.
15, I'm trying to imagine 15 centimeters. I don't assume that's not enough for like, a human body to fit through, no matter what.
Definitely not. I think it's like 10 centimeters and 1 inch, right?
Maybe. Our measurement system is ugly.
Sorry, I'm definitely dumb. There's 2.54 centimeters in an inch. So, I imagine 15 of those is 15 of those is only 5 inches.
Yeah, so I say even if you go like trying to angle yourself, I don't think that's gonna be an easy fit.
Your head is there's no way there's a head small enough that's 5
Yeah,
inches.
yeah, your neck and stuff would be caught in there definitely. So yeah, I guess that would be kind of my guess. Anyway, little sis says, "Yeah, I don't have my license, but we'll do it anyway."
ゆかさん、
Oh, it was a little sister, of course.
さすが親友ね。クリスマスくらい手ぶらじゃ悪いと思っただけよ。
Yeah, I can see the kaskasu in her now. Sorry.
じゃあ行くわよ。ええ。ねえ、寒くない？激寒よ。やっぱりこの季節は向いてないわね。バカ。乗る前に気づきなさいよ。まあそうよね。ゆか、前の場所に行きたいんだけどさ。あの海？うん。でも自信ないよ。ナビも地図もないし。別にいいわよ。好きなように走りなさい。クリスマスの夜は長いんだからさ。そうね。
Me too.
分かった。名も知れぬ道を走るロードスター。暗い夜空が少しずつ白み出すと、あの海へと向かって。どうしてこんなことをしたくなったんだろうか。その厳密な理由は自分でもわからなかった。
Sound of crashing waves could be heard. Gleaming from that spring day, the phoenix palm stood tall. And just when the dark night gave way to the dawn, before we knew it, we arrived at that place.
着いたわね。よく無事に着いたもんね。どう？悪くないでしょ。まあ寒いの除けばね。そうだ、缶ジュース買ってきてあげる。すごい暑いわね、この自販機。姫子、あんたコーヒーでよかったっけ？じゃあミルクティーにする？もう早く決めてよ。120円とはいえ私がおごるなんてめったにないんだからさ。ほら、何でもいいから欲しいの言ってよ。何でも？じゃあ地図が欲しいかも。地図？地図ってあの地図のこと？代わりにユーノスあげるから。大切にしてね。バカ！そんな悲しいこと急に言わないでよ。 罰が当たったのかもしれないね。だからさ、よかったらもらってくれる？無理だよ。私には受け取れないよ。それでね、ゆか、前にも言ったけど、もうお見舞いには来ないでほしいの。あなたがそんな顔すると私も辛いから。響き渡る鐘の音。教会に日曜学校へと向かう人があふれ、冬の寒さが本格的になった日、私の手首に巻いた腕輪は青から白へと変わった。結局ユーノスは受け取ってもらえなかったけど、翌日私の手元には地図が届いた。どうしてこんなものを欲しがったのか。
I am also wondering that.
やはりその厳密な理由は自分でもわからなかった。
I guess kind of like wishful thinking, if anything.
ただそれ以来彼女と会うことはなかった。彼女の皆勤賞はそこで止まった。
15th summer. We're on the summer now?
Perhaps.
So she lasted a year. Unless this is someone else.
I don't know, because she was winter. She'd been there for 6-ish months or so, and they moved her up to the 7th. Not a good sign, but I guess it could still be another 6 months or so for it to get to spring and then summer again. Real quick, I'm gonna put these snacks away. Sorry, I'll be right back.
No problem.
Okay. See what the 15th summer's about.
眩しかった日のこと。そんな夏の日のこと。
Looks like we're out of the prologue.
1999.
I didn't catch what the other dates were, but back to Satsumi. Burning sunlight and the sound of cicadas. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. The third summer I've faced since the day I was hospitalized. Of course, it's not like I was hospitalized the whole time. There were days with they were days interrupted with home and outpatient care.
半年前だろうか。
Sorry, they said this is the third
来てくれたのは。
something? Third summer? Is that what they said?
The third summer I
Yeah,
faced
third
since
summer.
the day I was hospitalized. So long, ongoing battles with whatever she might have, it seems like. It's been half a year since they last came. Is Satsumi and Himiko the same person?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but the thing with like because Satsumi started with like, oh, my wristband has now changed from white to blue, and then Himiko's said the same thing now, half a year since they last came, because I would line up with like Himiko and Yuka, but
Setsumi, from the very quick skim that I did, I can tell you that Setsumi and Himiko are two different people.
Yeah, I say I also see their voice differently. I don't know. It's just having similar storylines or something. Time I spent wearing pajamas slowly grew. And as if in direct proportion, the number of people who came to visit me shrank. The first classmates came to visit me every day. People that were once called friends. And now they have turned into acquaintances. Even if I meet them on the street, they leave after exchanging a few words of greeting. Soon those acquaintances will turn to strangers, and someday I'll probably be erased from their memories.
どうやらいい気がしないのだろう。普通に生きてる人にとって私の存在ってのは
Even if they meet me, it probably doesn't raise their spirits, and probably the same goes for thinking about me.
だから消すことにしたのだと思う。
Yet, whenever the end of school came, every day, I continued to watch for someone to come. And then, after half a year of waiting, I stopped looking outside. Finally, I remembered to close the curtains, accepted the fact, guessed at the reason.
3年もかけて私にも分かるようになった。
It's not that they had forgotten about me. It seemed they made as if from the start they never knew me, never saw me, as if there had been nothing there to begin with.
彼らもまた目をつぶっていたいのかもしれない。
Around walking in and out of the hospital, when people had already stopped coming to visit me, and I had most likely been erased from everyone's memories. My family moved from the freestanding home we had lived in to an apartment. My mother started working part-time in a nearby takeout lunch shop. The meaning behind it all, even I could understand. Hospital fees were no joke. In the ward, every day, it was a conversation topic for the patients. I came to know how the patients themselves felt the responsibility to their families far more than the families could imagine. And then, the small, old, slightly dirty wooden building that was our new home. On top of being smaller, Father's daily commute stretched to over 2 hours. Meanwhile, the distance I had to take to the hospital became a 3-minute walk. In front of that beat-up, cramped apartment, Father said, "Air in here is nice and feels good, doesn't it?" Saying that, he smiled, and Mother smiled in the same way. Because the heat might aggravate my health, I put an air conditioner in my room. Of course, no other room had one. And Mother, who had started going to that part-time job, often brought back croquets and fries for me, saying they were leftovers. In that cramped room, we ate together. Always they smiled happily. "Fruits basket, take notes. Thanks. Happy family, even when sad. Be great."
And when in hospital.
It was very painful.
Oh, really? See
Do you
that?
think you know pain? Fruits basket.
I'm sorry. Have you ever binged 2 seasons worth of pain?
Say, Akito will make you wish for something as sweet as pain. Your thoughtfulness was unbearably painful. Instead of feeling thankful or happy, I was filled with guilt. Yeah, I can't blame them for that. It's your fault.
きっとそう言ってほしかったのかもしれない。
I wanted them to blame me more. Being treated kindly hurt. Remember uncontrollable feelings of irritation, even anger towards myself. If God were around, I wanted him to quickly heal me. Or if that was impossible, to let me die now. Everyone else was in the middle of erasing my existence. But in contrast, my parents sought to make me stand out. greatest misfortunes in the world happen to fall on me by chance. At such times, smiling and putting on a cheerful air may have been what I was supposed to do. But all I was able to manage was to quietly eat the fries that I really didn't like very much. Mean. Men.
That was supposed to. Yeah, I guess that was them impersonating the sound that cicadas make.
Shoot, it was funny. The burning sun cries of cicadas. And the white, rainy season clouds cleared and it turned completely into summer. After being readmitted to the hospital for the nth time, finally I was discharged. But that wasn't the end of things. The word discharged also meant until the next time I was admitted. The beginning of a long life of outpatient care. Under the blazing sky today, I again walked the 3 minutes distance in my pajamas. To my mother, who had offered to come along, I replied, "It's all right." In my own way, I was supposed to be out of consideration for her, but the desolate look on her face and my words had also hurt. My feet happened to stop before some school. Most likely it was an elementary school. Since it was already summer vacation, there weren't many people in sight. In front of that empty schoolyard, for some reason, I wound up gazing. Without thinking, my feet had stopped. Occasionally, I would see happy children running around, and my eyes would follow them. I tried to make lasers shoot out and obliterate them, but no luck. Under the blazing sky, the long-sleeved pajamas were hot. I felt strongly out of place gazing at the schoolyard. After standing there for a while, I began to walk. However, not towards the hospital, but home. Once I returned to my room, I took out the sailor uniform that had been in my dresser. Sleeves that hadn't passed my arms through in 3 years. I hadn't passed my arms through in 3 years. Just like new uniform. Previously, they'd only been worn for a single week. And now, to me, they were the only clothes other than the pajamas I owned. Once again, walking under the blazing sky, the noisy cicadas and running sweat was just the same as before. But the people who walked by, their eyes did not pause upon me. Even I, as part of the backdrop of the city, as a part of what builds up everyday life, felt accepted. And then, I entered the schoolyard from earlier. Before my eyes was a metal bar for small children to play with. I extended my hand towards it. Placing strength into my arms, I pulled with all my might and kicked at the ground. A moment's
was
sensation of floating.
What was this that you shared with me? I'm just now seeing it.
Oh,
The Warren God went north.
yeah, she was talking about how, if she can't be saved, she would rather just be taken, more or less. This song is about that. It kind of reminded me of it. I'm gonna bring it up later. I also just love this band. That album is one of my favorite albums ever. All good songs, but that one feels particularly poignant to this situation with the lyrics and such.
Interessante.
My body spins around.
まだ大丈夫。
So she seems like she's probably on the younger end compared to Himiko and Yuka and Chihiro.
I got a spoiler, kind of, sort of, in the wiki. It's something that I'm guessing will come very close to being revealed-ish. If this is, yeah. I mean, okay, no, it's not really a spoiler, but she's just a lolly.
Oh.
she's I mean, I got a spoiler on her age, but that's basically it. She's a lolly.
Okay, so she is like 12-ish or something.
She looks she looks it. She's actually I
Oh,
don't
you mean
know.
she's like a
And
legal
this
lolly?
is-
Like Maho? Or I mean, I don't. If you tell me her
I-
age, that's fine. I don't really.
Yeah, she's okay. So the wiki says she's 22, but
Oh,
that doesn't make sense with this. So I'm guessing she gets to 22.
oh,
Maybe
that
it's
might
starting off
be.
where she's not.
Yeah, that might be that other game.
Okay, so it's probably still. I kind of it made me think twice actually when
Yeah.
it said she hadn't passed her arms in 3 years. So
I was
maybe
gonna say,
she's,
because
like,
she got
not
that
yet.
with the school uniform, like she'd be. So even if
Yeah.
something like that was like her last year of high school, I guess she'd be on par with the rest of the cast, like maybe 20 something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting though. The Wikipedia didn't even say anything like it's straight up like under her, character, Setsumi Sakura voiced by whatever, a young woman, 22 years of age. Like it didn't even say like it starts when she's, whatever.
Yeah, if it was, it might be separate wiki pages for the game, since this is Narcissu second side or whatever. They might have a separate wiki page where it would list her character. I think that's kind of how like Steins Gate did it.
It did say Chihiro's 21, so that would make
So it might come up soon, ish, like you said. I whispered that aloud for some reason while I looked up from the top of the bar. The strong light made the playground seem white, and the heat made the ground look wavy. Occasionally, I could hear the voices of happy children and the insistent voices of cicadas declaring that summer was their season. With my arms already beginning to shake from supporting my weight, I soaked up the present. Why was it that I suddenly wanted to do this, I wondered. The exact reason, not even I knew. Very similar again to Himiko with the maps. Well, that's literally like, I think the same line, but
yeah.
By the time
Why is it I wondered blah blah blah? I wondered.
By now, the times I wore anything but pajamas dwindled. The pressure from the need to do otherwise had also disappeared. Did I find that to be sad? Or perhaps I wanted to test if I still had the strength.
私はみんなと同じはず。
Should be the same as the normal people who are over there. So, just from a summer style around a bar, I shouldn't be making such a strained face. Because I felt that way, I forced myself to make a smile. But just as I was unable to stop the shaking of my arms, it seemed that too was difficult for me.
Narcissus. 暑い。
Even though it was still morning, the asphalt looked wavy from the heat. Today also looked like it would be a hot day. And in that, as always, I headed towards the hospital alone. With this distance, even I could have gone in pajamas. When I had to go out, I've come to wear my sailor uniform. Most likely, I was still wavering. How long this wavering will continue, not even I knew. One day, I may suddenly just be able to give up. It was just that I had come to think that the span of 3 years was more than enough time for a person to change. Then, passing by that school, and as the entrance to the hospital was before my eyes,
ボタン取りかかってる。
in my hands was a small tote bag. I noticed that the button that held the handle was fraying off. How long it had been like that, I didn't know. But coming all this way, I wasn't going to go back home. So I held the bag to my chest and continued towards the hospital. The usual doctor, the usual exchanges, and today's examination ended. When my body's condition was stable, it was once a week. 3 times a week seemed to be a sign of a short hospitalization. With this week's examination was over. As I thought that, I headed towards the exit on the first floor. In the afternoon, the doctors weren't
Sorry, was that 3 times? She was saying 3 visits a week means that. Okay, it means back to the hospital. Okay.
Yeah, because it seems like what I took that as is like for actually I don't. My body's condition stable is once a week. It's like she had to only do one checkup. 3 times a
Yeah.
week seemed to be the
But
shorter.
if they suddenly want to check it 3 times a week, then it means that you're probably staying in the hospital
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
for a
I see
while.
what. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So she's gonna have an extended period where she can't leave, sort of thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Occasionally, a doctor would walk by with a group of intern-like people in tow. Nurses rushed to the first aid window. A patient, probably under dietary restrictions, was in the shop buying snacks. The wristband was visible green, which I heard was for digestive disorders. All of this was just ordinary, everyday hospital. And in front of that shop was the first time that I met her.
ねえあなた
Suddenly, a bright voice called out to me and surprised me. Turning around, before me was the pajama-clad figure of an Onesan I didn't recognize.
Is that our own song? Probably.
Yeah. So I would imagine that she is on the younger side, at least compared to Himiko and company. I had thought it might be someone I met while I was admitted here, but I didn't recall the face or figure.
何かそれボタン取れかかってるわよ
As she spoke, she pointed at my tote bag. Might have been a simple act of kindness, but since I'd already noted the problem, I had trouble finding a reply.
そうねそうねってそれだけ他に言うことはどうも
As I spoke, I lowered my head a bit. Because I already knew, my reply came out hesitatingly. And even then, it was too difficult to say, "Arigatou gozaimasu." And I saw that I hadn't seen before. Her long black hair and bright voice left an impression. Looking at her slippers, the kind provided by the hospital, she was probably not an outpatient, but admitted. Looking at her thin wrist, her wristband was white. That was a color I hadn't seen before.
ねえ直してあげよっか私ソーイングセットも持ってるからでも
Okay, so that means she's not on the 7th floor. She doesn't know about the 7th floor.
Satsumi?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah.
Which is odd because, I mean, I guess this could be like a flashback. Wasn't the first chapter Satsumi prologue also? And that was like her going up to the 7th floor? It's kind of odd.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's like a flashback. I mean, it makes sense. She's allowed to leave as she wishes, and it's just in and out. So, for now.
At her sudden words, I hesitated, but not over a button that didn't mean much. These past few years, because my assistant was always only being erased, I've had absolutely no experience with someone actively trying to relate with me. Relatable.
いいからいいからほらいらっしゃい大丈夫よ別に変な場所じゃないから
With those words, she started walking briskly. And while wrapped up in mixed feelings, I followed behind. We got into the elevator. Without a word, she pressed the button for the highest floor.
7階あらもしかして知ってた
Ada.
うんそれほどは
The 7th floor, the place they called the hospice. I wasn't too familiar with it, and of course I've never been there. For one thing, I heard that people not involved with it were barred from entering. Yeah, so what was the first chapter? Whatever, it's probably
Then why is she allowed to go there?
I mean, she probably shouldn't be there, but
Yeah.
Himiko's
Himiko
don't follow no rules. Himiko runs this hospital.
Basically.
Probably meant that if the this Onesan here, we're headed to the 7th floor. She was a person from there. Soon the elevator reached its stop, and right in front of the door was the nurse's station. And when the doors opened, all together, the gazes of the nurses turned toward us.
私の知り合いだから。
With that one sentence, they once again went back to their work. No one looked toward us anymore. Clearly, she was in charge. It was just my first time here. Without putting my finger on it, I thought the atmosphere was especially heavy. The place the Onesan finally took me to looked like a lounge area. It was very different from the 3rd or other floors that I've been admitted to. Those didn't have sofas or the TV.
すぐに直してあげるわね。
With that, she took my tote bag and, with what seemed like a practiced hand, began fixing the button. And, like her, I sat down on the sofa and watched. Even if I looked around, there were a few signs of people. Occasionally, an elderly or helper-like person going by was about all.
ところであなた、風邪でもひいたの？それとも誰かのお見舞い？今は通院中だから。
I hesitated over how to answer, but said the truth. I added that I'd just been discharged recently and was an outpatient now.
あなたも大変そうね。ちなみに部活は何やってるの？部活？だって今は夏休みのはずでしょ？
As she spoke, she pointed at my uniform.
入院してたくらいだから文化部かしら。もしくは運動部のマネージャーとか。別に何もやってない。あら、意外な回答だったわね。もしかしてパジャマは嫌い？
With a sudden, perceptive question, I couldn't find the words to respond with. It's not that I hated pajamas, but I sensed that the precise reason would be difficult to put into words. And what the One-san had asked was probably aimed straight at that. She didn't seem to have been asking whether I like pajamas literally.
お姉さんは
Everyone does.
ここの人。ええ、こう見えても7階の住人よ。手っ取り早く言えば死亡確定者ってことね。
That which I had only known on the level of rumors was now clearly spelled out by a resident on the 7th floor. She used the word death in such bright and relaxed tones, at least it didn't seem like I could comprehend. This person, what on earth could her thoughts be?
ねえねえ、よかったらまた遊びに来てよ。私が？何もやることがなくて退屈なのよ。それにここは面会時間も遅くまで大丈夫だから。
Very interesting that, well, I kind of get the point, but like she didn't let her best friend come because she didn't want to see the look on her face. But this stranger is totally fine because she's not attached. But then I'm sure once they start getting attached, she's gonna be like, please don't come anymore.
Yeah.
It's gonna get bad.
Or it could be her potentially regretting it. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, shit, I miss my friend. Will you please
Yeah,
visit
she's just
me
lonely,
and pay attention to me?
basically. Or maybe she's like, I mean, I doubt she's that shrewd, but maybe she's thinking like there's less risk of getting attached to someone who's already a patient. You know, like, or chances are, like, you could easily be one of them right now. Like, if you're like an outpatient, I was once an outpatient, and then I had to stop being able to go home. So maybe she's just like, I mean, I doubt that's the case, but it could be that she's just like, hey, if you're a patient, we could stick together. You know, I don't care if I'm asking you, who's already kind of fucked, to hang out with me.
Yeah, it is interesting. And with that, she told me various things about the 7th floor. Up until now, it had been vague, But it seemed that the rumors that it was a place to wait to die were true.
他にもルールとかあるんだけど、これ以上は言えないわ。
'Cause I don't follow them.
どうして？そりゃ決まってるじゃない。あなたはここの住人ではないからよ。
It was only then, when she whispered that, did her face cloud. I felt that expression held loneliness and seemed filled with intensity as well. Right now, I was wearing these clothes, steeped with lingering regret for once normal days. And unlike myself, the Soneson, these residents of the 7th floor, had probably given up on everything and had already made up their resolve.
ついに来たついでにでも寄ってよ。どんなに頑張ってもあと半年くらいだからさ。
She said that, and by way of farewell, she once more turned her cheery face towards me.
It's half a year left for what?
Probably for her to live.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the way she said that and the way that they didn't even make a comment about, like, hey, like, what does she mean by half a year? Like,
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear, given how she told her that this is where you come to wait to die and everything. It's pretty clear. Black hair, white wristband, and a bright, relaxed way of talking were my impressions. Still, neither of us knew the other's name. My 15th summer. I think that's supposed to imply she's 15 here, right?
I think so.
This was our first meeting. So illegal lolly at this point.
Mm-hmm.
A few days later, again I visited the hospital. However, it wasn't like it was an examination day. If it's alright with you, come to play. The words of the Ara Ara I met a few days ago. Maybe because I was somehow concerned about that 7th floor place. Or maybe I was curious for some reason. With a nod to the nurses who looked my way, I made my way to the door that the Onesana told me.
はい、どうぞ。来たわよ。いらっしゃい。待ってたわ。さ、座って座って。今日は暑かったでしょう。
Sitting up in her bed, she offered the folding chair next to me. The first room on the 7th floor that I entered felt a little different from the 3rd floor rooms I was used to.
悪かったわね。でもね、きっと来てくれると思ってたわ。あなた、暇だし。
Oi. It's fighting words.
なんで決めつけなのよ。だって私たち病人の仕事は寝ることでしょ。世の中でこんな暇な人はいないわ。
Yeah, she was a little shrewd with
そう
it.
思わない？
She was a little shrewd.
Yeah. I mean, not like exactly the way that I was, imagining it, but like just saying, like, well, of course, I had a feeling you were gonna come. It's not like people like us have anything better to do. Like,
Alright, yeah.
kind of being a little cheeky.
Yeah. She's very, Did you ever see...
別に。
Did you ever see I Want to Eat Your Pancreas?
No.
Never mind then.
See it if you want to cry. I haven't seen it yet.
もう相変わらずクールね。ってそうだねえ、あなたアイス好き？あれ？じゃあ嫌い？はい決まり。じゃあ食堂まで一緒に食べに行きましょう。遠慮しなくていいって。お姉さんおごってあげるから。よく知らない人について。は？お母さんにそう言われてる。
Like stranger danger on Ara.
なんで笑うのよ。ごめん、悪気はないから、本当に。 でも確かにその通りね。知らない人についてちゃダメよね。姫子よ。
I saw that coming.
お姫様の姫に子供の子。ついでに言うと天秤座の AB 型。
Okay, social security number next, please.
あなたは水亀座の O 型。節美。じゃあこれで知り合いね、節美。焼けた日差しとセミの声、この真っ白な7階にも響いていた。姫子と名乗るお姉さん。まだ私はお姉さんのことを何も知らないけど、この日から長い夏が始まろうとしていた。
I was wondering if we're gonna get an opening.
Oh, they're getting a OP.
透き通る空の朝、どんな気持ち抱えてても誰にも届かないなんて、まるで私はエコー。狭く白い部屋からは同じ景色が見える。当たり前だけを望んだささやかな運命でさえ儚いものと知った。We needed to fall down. We very see love. We needed to see just down. We know that this way. 広げた地図の上、痩せた指で存在をつなぎ止めて、凛と伸びた花。
Yeah, she's even got the haircut. The mom died.
Yeah, not technically the over-shoulder braid, but it's very reminiscent of.
Yeah, it's close enough.
So that's Satsumi 15 feet. Right? She's got the blue bracelets. Oh, I thought they were gonna do a similar thing for Himiko, but I guess not. Himiko, age, Ara Ara.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, Vanilla Ice Ice Baby.
you gonna keep going, or do you wanna call it? I know you said you might call it early, so.
Yeah, I think just on the safe side, I'll call it now. I don't think I've got. Well, no, that's not true. Cheryl may or may not come get me so that we can return the shirt that I got. It was too small. God, it's a men's shirt that's too small. Ironically.
Wait, you mean she's gonna get you? Oh, you mean like tomorrow or something?
Yeah.
I was like, why would she come get
Ironically.
you now? I was like, I don't think it needs to be open.
No.
Yeah, right.
I forgot. Basically, I forgot I had boobs, even though it was a small men's. So that's why I had to go return it. I thought it would be fine, but it wasn't game. So I have to go. Hopefully, find a size up to exchange it. And there was another shirt that I ended up accidentally grabbing a small. It still fit okay, but I could go a size up if I end up finding a size up. Anyway, information is not important. I'm just really mad at myself. Uh, but I didn't even get the chance to ask more about what you were doing for you on my last few days for. So anything of a note to share with the class?